Riley grew up in the heart of New York City, where the buildings were his playground. From a young age, he was drawn to parkour, finding freedom in the way he could leap across rooftops and scale walls. Martial arts became his other passion, and through his sensei, he discovered a world of esoteric knowledge. Meditation, chakras, and the mysteries of the universe became his obsession, and Riley felt there was something greater just beyond his reach. One evening, while deep in meditation, Riley sensed a shift, a subtle tear in reality. Opening his eyes, he saw a shimmering portal before him. Driven by curiosity, he stepped through it and found himself in a future version of New York, where sleek silver towers replaced the familiar skyline. The people moved with grace, their eyes glowing with an inner light, and Riley soon realized that humanity had evolved. In this future, people possessed incredible abilities: telekinesis, levitation, and most astonishingly, telepathy. There were no secrets, no lies. Everyone could read each other's thoughts. As a result, society had achieved a harmony Riley had never seen. He felt out of place, but instead of being intimidated, he was inspired. He knew he was here for a reason, to unlock his own potential. The future humans, sensing his presence, welcomed him. They were elders, wise beings who had mastered mental and spiritual evolution. They saw Riley's potential and took him under their wing. Through intense training and meditation, Riley began to tap into the dormant powers within him. He learned to quiet his mind, access deep energy reserves, and even communicate telepathically. The process was challenging, but with each ability he unlocked, Riley felt himself growing closer to his true self. He began to see the world as the future humans did, not just with his eyes, but with his mind and soul. He understood that telepathy wasn't just about reading thoughts. It was about connection, empathy, and dissolving the barriers between people. When the time came for him to return, the elders guided Riley to another portal. He stepped through and found himself back in his New York apartment. But he was no longer the same boy who had left. Determined to bring what he had learned to his own time, Riley embarked on a mission to help others unlock their hidden powers. Riley began using his abilities to influence those around him subtly. On the subway, he would project calm to the anxious passengers. In the park, he would send out waves of kindness. He started small, but each act of mental influence was a step toward a broader awakening. Word of a mysterious mind reader spread, and Riley's reputation grew. One evening, Riley sensed a disturbance, a surge of fear and anger. He followed the sensation to a dark alley in Harlem, where he found a group of children huddled in fear, targeted by a gang. The gang was more than just a street gang. Riley sensed a malevolent force behind them, connected to the larger powers that thrived on fear and division. Riley acted swiftly, disarming the gang leaders with his martial arts and reaching out to their minds. He sensed their pain and struggles, and instead of attacking, he projected understanding and forgiveness. The leaders hesitated, their confidence faltering. Sensing their vulnerability, one of the older children stepped forward, telling them to leave. The leaders, under Riley's influence, backed down and fled. Riley took the children to a safe place, a community center run by one of his allies. There, they would be cared for and taught how to develop their own abilities. As Riley's influence grew, so too did the attention of those who opposed him. Powerful adversaries, corporations, governments, and shadowy organizations began targeting Riley and his group. Despite the escalating danger, Riley remained committed to his vision. He knew that the power of truth and connection was stronger than any force of oppression. He and his group infiltrated key institutions, subtly guiding leaders and decision-makers toward more enlightened paths. They created programs to teach meditation in schools, slowly shifting the culture toward a more conscious way of living. One night, after a particularly intense battle, Riley received a telepathic message from his old sensei. "Meet me at the dojo. It's time." Riley felt a surge of emotion. His sensei had been the one to set him on this path, and now he sensed that something crucial was about to happen. At the dojo, his sensei was waiting. "You've come far," the old man said, "but the journey is not over. There is one more step you must take." His sensei explained that the future Riley had seen was just one of many possible outcomes. To guide humanity toward that future, Riley had to go beyond his current understanding and embrace the unknown. "You have the power to change the world," his sensei said, but only if you trust in the process. You must learn to surrender and become a vessel for the higher forces that guide the universe. His sensei raised his hand, and above them, the lights dimmed as a portal began to open. Step through, his sensei said, and face your greatest challenge yet. Only by confronting your deepest fears and desires will you truly evolve. Riley felt the pull of the portal, a force that resonated with every fiber of his being. He knew this was his final test, the ultimate leap. With a deep breath, Riley nodded to his sensei and stepped forward into the swirling vortex. As the portal closed behind him, Riley was drawn into a realm beyond time and space, where the boundaries of reality dissolved and the true nature of the universe was laid bare. What awaited him on the other side was a mystery. But Riley knew one thing for certain. He was ready. Ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, to unlock the final secrets of his potential, and to fulfill his destiny as a guide for humanity's evolution. And so, with a heart full of resolve and a mind open to the infinite, Riley disappeared into the unknown, ready to take the final leap beyond.